My name is Owena, which means sunrise in Native American. And this is... You thought this was my sister? She's actually my mom, Sachin. To know more about our story, please like and subscribe. My mom had me when she was in her final year of drama school. Growing up, Dad wasn't around much and eventually left when I was just 4. For me, my mom was everything, and I absolutely adored her. Since my mom was the most gorgeous woman, people used to think we were sisters. She was gorgeous, and I guess I got my good looks from her. One time when I was 7, Mom and I went to the mall and were having lunch in the food court, and a waiter asked for her number. "You look like you're in high school. Beat it, kid, or else I'll tell your manager." A mom and a daughter can't have lunch in peace. Terrific. After lunch, as we were roaming around the mall, we spotted a toddler competition being held there, and even though I wasn't exactly a toddler, I still won it without even participating. When the people started taking pictures of me and told my mom how I looked like Moana, Mom was over the moon. I know, right? I'm so gonna make her a star.
Mommy, like the stars in the sky or like the ones on my dress?
A movie star, sweetie. From there on, Mom focused all her energy into making me a star. In school, I was always in plays, and one time our school was doing the Wizard of Oz play, and my teacher decided to give others a chance to come forward and made me the Wicked Witch instead of Dorothy. But guess what? I aced that role too. Mom was so proud of me, but she wanted me to focus only on my acting career. So she started to homeschool me and hired acting tutors. They'd give me long scripts to memorize, and it would just exhaust me. Mom also wanted me to focus on maintaining an ideal weight, and she wouldn't let me eat any junk food. And worse, no ramen noodles, which was my favorite. It's for the best, my love. Remember, a moment on the lips, forever on the hips. Oh, that wasn't all. Mom also had the knack of embarrassment and stressing me out. No, it's not ghiaccio. It's pronounced ghiacciu. What am I paying you for? Mom, please. He is Italian, you know. I think you should let the professional do his job. But he's not doing it right. The audition is tomorrow, and we have so little time left to perfect your Italian accent. Well, the teachers stormed out, and I was left to practice with Mom. The next day, I was pretty nervous because I had a lot of trouble remembering my Italian lines. Right when I decided to have another look at the script, I realized it was gone. Just then, I spotted a girl looking really sneaky. It was Chloe. She used to be my friend when I started out my career, but the more roles I got, the more she hated me, and she didn't even try to hide it. We were always up against each other for every advertisement. I followed her, and what I saw made me scream. Chloe ripped my script and flushed it. What are you doing?
So, you're not just bad at acting, you also have bad eyesight. I'm getting rid of it, duh. I want this role. I hate it when my mom keeps comparing me to you. I am better than you.
Oh, this witch. I wanted to slap her. Of course she compares me to you. I'm good at what I do. Unlike you jealous, two-faced witch. I then chased after her and crashed into a man, almost dropping his camera. He noticed I was in tears, and then I told him what happened. Whoa, didn't know she was a nasty player, huh? You know what? Just then, he pulled out the script and gave it to me. He was the camera person for the advertisement and had the script with him. As I was practicing, I noticed him setting up the camera and couldn't stop staring. He then showed me how to set it up and even shot a video as I watched in awe. That was the day I knew I love being behind the camera more than in front of it. Oh, and I got the ad. Time flew by, and on my 18th birthday, I received the best news ever. After the party while cleaning up, I heard the sound of glass breaking and my mom screaming in the kitchen. Mom, what's wrong? Are you hurt? You got it. Oh my God, you got it. Mom, slow down. You got the audition for Elijah's film. Elijah Miller's film? The one who works for Disney? What? You see, Elijah Miller was the biggest award-winning director. I was a big fan. Not only was he handsome, but he was extremely talented too. I guess it was the first time I felt like I could really be a star. I worked hard, really hard, and seeing me so focused, Mom looked pretty happy. There is no way you aren't getting this role. Mom, I am excited, but don't get my hopes up. Why shouldn't I? Always have your eye on the prize. Got it? A day before the audition, I felt very stressed, so I took my camera and stepped out to get some fresh air. I bought the camera after an audition years ago. I began shooting videos every time I felt overwhelmed with the stress of auditions. but the most I did was make reels and put it up on Instagram under a different account. The videos did very well, and many people appreciated my work, and even suggested I send it to filmmakers. But I had to focus on becoming an actor, Mom's dream and all. The day of my audition had finally arrived. I was shaking with excitement and nerves. Mom was there, as always, to support me on this big day. We suddenly saw some of the actors run with their friends and family members towards the door. My eyes almost popped out of my socket when I saw the Elijah Miller walk in. What happened next, however, dropped my jaw on the floor.
Sachin?
Oh my God, Elijah! It's been a long time. You still remember me? My mother knew Elijah Miller? What the heck? They kept talking and laughing like they've known each other for years. And they did. Turns out, Elijah studied at the same school as Mom and knew each other. She then introduced me to him, and I tried my best not to throw up, scream, and cry all at the same time. The fangirl in me was doing her very best to stay calm.
Owena, it's nice to finally meet you. The last time I saw you was when you were a baby.
It's nice to meet you too. I'm a big fan of your work. Elijah Miller saw me as a baby? What? Okay, Mom talks about everything under the sun to me, and she keeps this important information to herself? But oh my God, Elijah Miller knows me! Mom sent me away so she could talk to Elijah. As I walked towards the room, I felt someone's leg before I tripped and fell, screaming in pain. Everyone came rushing towards me, and I noticed my ankle was beginning to swell up. It was that snake again, Chloe. Oh my God, Owena, are you all right? How dare she? And then I heard Mom yell like crazy, and soon Chloe was taken away. Looked like everyone saw her trip me. Let me go! She's always taking my roles! Wow, I didn't know she hated me that much. I'm fine. I have to audition. Mom helped me up and took me to the room where my audition was taking place. Even though I tried to do my best given the situation, I still felt on edge and began stuttering. Mom then suddenly walked up to Elijah. She is good. Trust me, it's just the foot. Just let her finish. And then Elijah did the most weird thing. He handed Mom my script.
I trust you, Sachin. After all, she is your daughter.
Well, the audition went well, or so I thought. But days had gone by, and I stopped waiting by the phone to hear news about my audition. I had almost given up hope. But one day, when Mom and I were watching a movie at home, her phone rang and she went ultrasonic after she cut the call. Owena! Owena! Mom, words? You got a role in Elijah's movie! You're kidding, right? I'm sure I ruined it. No, you didn't. But it isn't the one you auditioned for. They said someone else got that and you got the other one, which is like the second lead. Mom, it doesn't matter. I get to act in Elijah's movie. Mom and I were screaming our lungs out when the doorbell rang, and Elijah walked in. What is he doing here?
Sorry for showing up unannounced. I just wanted to personally give the good news.
We just got the call about Owena being cast in the movie.
Oh, yes, congratulations, Owena. But that's not what I'm here for. Sachin, I have decided to cast you for the lead role. I know you didn't audition, but
What the what? Exactly. Elijah, I didn't audition.
but I want you for the role. Only you.
Oh my, really? Owena, isn't that great? I felt so hurt and betrayed, and when Elijah left, I spat. You're kidding, right? You can't take this role. Why not? I can't believe this. I walked away from Mom and ignored her for days. My anger towards this whole situation was just increasing. One day when I stepped out to clear my mind with my camera, I passed by some cute kittens near a restaurant window. I immediately started recording a video of them, and as I was zooming out, I saw Elijah in the frame. He was sitting in the restaurant with my mother. Here I was, struggling with my sprained ankle, feeling guilty, betrayed, and used because of her, and she's having lunch dates with him. I cannot believe her. The minute she reached home after her date with Elijah, I exploded. How could you? This is why you came along with me to the audition. You wanted it all along. You put this big dream over my head for years, just to snatch it away? Honey, what are you talking about? There's some misunderstanding. Owena, you know I would never do that. It's always been my dream to see you become a big star. Why would I? Yeah, right. Your dream to see yourself become the star, not me.
You are a selfish person. You used me to get this audition, and now you're flirting with Elijah to get this role. The role you prepared me for all these years. You know something? I didn't even want to be an actor. I wanted to do it for you, to make you proud.
But, Owena, honey, I thought you liked it. Why didn't you ever tell me you weren't into this?
Oh, forget about it. I wish I left with Dad. Maybe then I wouldn't have been used like this. The second the words left my mouth and I saw my mom's face, my heart broke. But the feeling of betrayal overpowered me. Days passed by, and every time I saw Mom around the house, I would walk the opposite way. She tried to talk to me and would get me food, but I ignored all of it, and even let my anger get the best of me once when I flung a plate of food against the door. One day, I decided to stay out the entire day. I didn't want to see her face and say awful things to her again. Great. I'm still thinking about how she'll feel. As I was busy recording some videos, I saw a car with tinted windows slow down next to me. Like my life wasn't bad enough, and now I have some creep who might kidnap me. Right as I was about to try and run, the window rolled down and I saw Elijah smiling at me. He offered to drop me home, and I accepted only because of my sprained ankle.
So, still angry at Mom?
How did he know?
That day, I wasn't exactly out of the house yet when you... Anyway, I wanted to tell you that it's not Sachin's fault, you know. This was her role from the beginning.
Her role? And then Elijah told me the most shocking thing. He has always had an elephant-sized crush on Mom since school, and he wrote this script with her in mind. He asked Mom several times to act in the film, but she kept denying. And when she agreed, she found out she was having me.
I told her that she can do this role after you were old enough as well, but she said being an actor wasn't her dream anymore. You were. But I never stopped trying. I even met her one afternoon to convince her, but she said no. Looks like I'll have to scrap the idea to ever make this movie.
I was in a state of shock and felt extremely guilty. As soon as we reached home, I thanked Elijah and rushed inside, straight to Mom, and hugged her.
Owena, where have you been?
Mom, I am so sorry for saying such awful things.
It's fine, honey. You were angry, and I understand. I'm sorry too, but I want to tell you that I didn't take the role. I don't want anything to come between us. Ever.
But you have to take the role. It's been yours from the beginning. I know. Elijah told me everything. He won't do the movie without you.
But honey, I can't.
No buts. Now please, let Elijah know before he announces it publicly that the movie is scrapped.
Okay, but let's first have this.
Mom then gave me a bowl of steaming ramen noodles, and I almost screamed with happiness. The next morning, Mom contacted Elijah to let him know that she would take the role. Elijah even offered me the role of an intern so I would learn more about filmmaking. A few years after the movie, Elijah asked Mom to marry him, and she said yes. And me? I went to film school and got a degree in filmmaking. So you see, it's never too late to achieve your dreams. And if you were thinking my story has ended, well, it has just begun.